Welcome to Words for Wednesday for September 1st. And it is the first September morn, but that is not reflective of an ode by Neil Diamond or even the spelling of morning. But for me, it is a little thought on sadness and maybe loss, because we are approaching the 1-year anniversary of my guide dog, my sweet autumn girl, being lost to us last year on September 5th. And I share that because I want to talk about loss and how we handle it. You know, Robert Frost, almost 100 years ago, here in New Hampshire, penned a poem called "Nothing Gold Can Stay." And it was about the transient nature of beauty, of life even, that it passes quickly. As dawn goes on today, nothing gold can stay. And it's a beautiful poem. I can't give it its full measure here. That's not what we're here for, but I will say that I do understand the notion that dawn going down today is not how we normally look at it. We look at, dawn as the rising of a day, but there is a surrendering of the beauty of a morning into the routine of a day. And sometimes people who have heard my presentation suggest that for as much as the uplifting message about believing in ourselves and our goals and the achieving through adversity has positive value, sometimes they think tragedy wins, that loss will happen despite what we may do or want or believe. And I understand that concept, but that's when I think how we set our goals and what we choose to believe in and strive towards is equally important, right? That we want to strive to and through adversity in ways of how we handle these things. There's no doubt that in the loss of all my guide dogs, I wish would not have happened, even as I celebrate my time with my sweet boy Swirl here. But I couldn't stop those things. Obviously, I influenced them to try to inhibit their departure, keep them as healthy as I can for as long as I can. But the reality is, they were lost to me, but how I treat them all through their days, especially in those final days, and how I manage the time afterwards is important. My strongest marathon was 2 days after the loss of Autumn, and I didn't even know if I would be able to run it. But I dedicated to her, and I leaned on the strength of my bond and love and appreciation of her to carry me through those challenges. It was kind of a dedication to the legacy we shared. And I think that was a way to honor her and our time. And that's a way I chose to respond. The author, Irwin Yalom, suggested if we climb high enough, we reach a height where tragedy does not seem tragic. And metaphorically, that just suggests that if we work hard enough, we will reach a point where we can perceive that our work and our efforts will have value, and we will reach a point where certainly the hurt and the loss is still real. But we can appreciate what we've achieved through and maybe because of that challenge or adversity. Right, so just as I did with my boy Quinn in the first Boston Marathon, and as I did with Autumn last year, find a way to work through your challenge and be proud of the way you respond in those moments. And that's as valuable as being able to change those moments. That's how I think I can manage loss a little bit better, rather than, submitting myself to the worst of the darkness of despair or depression. I think that can work for all of us, because I really believe, unfortunately, most of us are going to face challenge and loss in our lives. Until next week, I hope you enjoy Words for Wednesday. I hope you'll consider giving us a like or a share, or maybe even subscribe to us on YouTube. Be well, everyone.